Magandang gabi po sa lahat. This is Dr. Iris from Filipino Success Movement. Sa mga bago po sa channel natin, ito po ang ating live broadcast which happens every Friday night sa Philippines. And dito naman po sa Canada, it's happening at 5 a.m. Medyo maaga po. So yung mga mahilig po diyang gumising na maaga dito sa North America, welcome sa ating talakayan ngayon na nakaka-excite talaga. Napakaraming learnings po from our guests today. And alam niyo naman, we're so committed to bringing you guests from every field na mag-i-impart sa atin ng mga napaka-valuable learnings. And today, I'm excited kasi I always call myself a frustrated artist. So, napaka-exciting for me kasi I know na marami tayong matututunan from someone who's so talented pagdating po sa larangang ito, hindi lang sa, sa art itself, but just the process of creativity, of, like rerouting. Yun nga yung ating, ngayon, yung title na ating talk is Reroutes. So, going after your impossibles. Ibig sabihin ng reroute or reroute, as some would say it, is it's pupunta sa iba pang daan, right? Or like just going to, like another way of putting it is going on plan B, or just really having that flexibility na tahakin ang iba pang landas maliban pa doon sa nakasanayan na or unan yung plinano. So very exciting po at napapanahon kasi alam niyo naman sa panahon ngayon ng pandemic, marami pong mga plano ang naantala, maraming mga projects ang hindi natuloy, maraming mga trabaho ang nawala. So very important na maging flexible po tayo kasi that's how we survive. And as a culture, that's really been one of our greatest traits, like as Filipinos, yung capacity to adapt, hindi po ba? So very exciting po. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring her on just to give you a little bit of background. She's very accomplished, and that's why I put her bio doon sa ating poster. Pag hindi pa po nabasa yon, balikan na lang po yon. Nandun din po lahat ng mga handles niya, social media, yung sa kanyang Facebook, sa Instagram. Because when it comes to looking at yung mga creative talents, looking at yung products ng someone who's very creative, you do have to see it para ma-appreciate, right? And so if you haven't been to her Instagram page, please have a look. Makikita nyo dun yung kanyang mga works of art. And pag hindi pa na-download yung book later on, then you can do that. So before I continue po, tingnan lang natin kung sino mga nandito. I'm gonna pull up some comments before I bring her on. So andito si Marlene. Yeah. Oo, minamalat ako. Umagang-umaga, Marlene. It's 5 a.m. Yeah, okay. On-store Sean, hello. Maraming salamat po for tuning in. Good evening daw from the Philippines, sabi ni Cherise. Yeah, so excited na ba kayo? So here she is. Huwag na natin siyang patagalin sa background dyan. So I'm gonna bring on Miss Daniel Ceeline Ramonal. Bakit ayaw? Ayan na.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so
Hi,
much.
everyone.
Thank you so much then sa pagpapaunlak kasi alam namin na you've been very busy, of course. And iba rin po ang kanyang time zone. Then anong oras na dyan sa'yo?
Ngayon it's 2:05 in the
2:05.
afternoon. Yeah.
2:05 in the
Hapon dito ngayon.
afternoon. Yeah, buti na lang it worked out. So si Den po ay nasaan ka, Den?
I'm in Serbia right now.
Okay, so nasa Serbia po siya. So tell us a little bit about yung part ng world na yan. Yung Serbia. Saan ba siya, Den? Nasaan ba ang Serbia? Para sa mga ating viewers.
Eastern Europe siya, Serbia, and right now it's winter. So maginaw. Kaya may kumot ako dito actually sa legs just to keep myself warm.
Parehas tayo naka-turtleneck, right? Kasi maginaw.
Yes. It's cold now. And the funny thing is, if not a lot of people are familiar with Serbia, they might be familiar, baka mas familiar kayo sa Yugoslavia rather than Serbia. Because even ako, I will admit, this is funny because I only learned about Serbia, the name itself, when I arrived in Hungary. And all along, I was thinking, every time someone mentioned Serbia, Siberia, wow, ang layo Russia. Alam mo yun yung
Parang ano, yeah.
yes, but then of course later I was corrected about it. Okay, so there because ako sanay ako na Yugoslavia because back then sa school Yugoslavia yung pangalan niya. It was part of the former Yugoslavia.
Yeah, that's right. Ako medyo biased kasi syempre yung asawa ko is from Bulgaria. So syempre alam na alam ko yung Serbia. It's the same, 'di ba? It's Balkans and so similar language. So yeah, but yeah, sa mga hindi nakakaalam, thank you for that piece of information. So may bago po kayo natutunan. Nasa Eastern Europe po ang Serbia. Okay, hindi siya parehas ng Siberia, although malamig din ang Serbia but not as cold as Siberia. So yeah, so ito ang amazing ano natin mga Filipinos, no? Kahit nasaan tayo, mukhang kaya natin mag-thrive. Ano?
True,
Yeah.
true. Everywhere
Yes.
you go, may makikita kang Pilipino. Kahit saan.
Kahit dyan, then, tell me a bit about it
Yes.
kasi ang hirap ng ano dyan ha, iba ang language dyan. So, like,
True.
are there like Filipino communities there as well?
In kung saan ako, kukonti lang kami. Pero sa capital mismo, which is in Belgrade, mas madaming Filipinos. And very active naman. Meron nga kaming group. May group kami. So
Oh,
we sort of share
nice.
information there and it's very helpful. Kasi ang daming mga tanong, di ba? And it's so difficult to access information. Tapos yung mga nandito na sa Serbia, yung mga may alam sa mga processes, they're always willing to share yung information na alam nila. So it's really good. I like how the flow of information is happening in that group.
That's so good. At least kahit ano, ayan pa yung isa natin magandang trait, right? There's that sense of community, right?
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah, that's so good. So, sige, pag-usapan natin a little bit more about that. Siguro later, kuha ako sa'yo ng mga tips kasi alam mo naman, right? With new languages. And for your information, guys, it's quite a difficult language, you know, the Balkan language. Although, may sense naman siya kasi it makes sense the way they speak things. Are you able to speak it then? Dobar dan.
Babadan.
Dobar dan.
Pwedeng tawagin, sa Bisaya, we would call kinamote.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not what my Serbian is not fluent, pero nakakaintindi ako sa flow of conversation ng mga tao. But it's difficult for me at this point when they are speaking really fast. Yun, nahihirapan ako mag-catch up. But I'm learning. Yun yung maganda to actually learn a new language. So it's nice.
Yeah, of course, 'di ba? Kasi it enriches your mind, your brain pathways pag may natututunan. So, tip nga po pala guys, one of the ways to just ano lang ako na a little bit of medical para maengganyo din yung mga iba na kunyari nasa ibang part sila ng mundo and medyo hindi sila nakakapag-adapt pa sa new language doon, mapasaan man. Alam ko may mga viewers tayo from Europe. Some of our viewers are in Finland, Germany, for example. And some people sometimes they don't want to necessarily adapt. So tip guys, if you have the opportunity to learn a new language, do so. Kasi it stimulates certain areas of your brain that can help you later on prevent having like say Alzheimer's or yung mga degenerative, yung mga parang memory type of issues dahil nga stimulate mo yung mga parts ng brain mo that you don't normally use. Kasi when you learn a new language, you are using a different part of your brain. So, napakagandang opportunity. So then, yeah, I'm excited for you. Imagine, magiging ano ka na, hindi ka lang multi-talented artist, magiging multilingual ka pa. O, di ba?
Hopefully, yes. Lahat-lahat. Because it's important din to be able to converse in the local language. And
Yeah.
very appreciative sila when you start using their language.
Oh, yeah,
Kasi,
for sure.
because you're making an effort to actually get to know the culture also. So they're very open. It's almost like it's almost like something that you can use to actually get to know people. To break down the barriers between people from different cultural backgrounds if you make an attempt to learn a new language. So that's what I'm trying to do here also.
Oh, that's amazing. Kasi, that's an amazing insight, guys. It's a way of showing that you care about their, not only their opinion, but actually caring about making that connection, building that relationship. Diba? Kasi parang ano yun it's showing them that you are, really eager to have a relationship with them. So you will learn that language para mag-connect kayo. So tama
Yes.
po yung sinabi ni Dan. It's just like hindi lang sa language din 'yan eh. Hindi
Mhm.
lang sa language kundi yung paano ba tayo makipagkapwa sa bawat tao, for example,
Yes.
right? 'Di ba?
True,
So that's
true.
one of the ways. And yeah, thank you for sharing that piece. So dami-dami nating pag-uusapan tonight na maraming matututunan ng mga tao. And yeah, before we do that, let's have a look kung sino po ang mga nandito. Then if you don't mind, I'm just gonna pull up some
Yes, go ahead.
comments. Sabi ni Marlin, mas masarap nga po matuto. Yes. Good evening daw po, Miss Dan. Sabi ni Ana
Hi.
Ferrer.
Good
Yes. And
evening.
yes, and then, ganun daw pala yun. Erna, may natutunan ka ba agad? That's great. Nagkukwentuhan pa lang kami, may natutunan na, that's great. Ano? Yeah, thanks for sharing din daw. Sino po? Shout out po yung mga nasa Europe. Baka meron ditong mga nasa Europe. Kasi si Dan is in Serbia. Baka andito yung mga viewers natin from, I know we have a few, yung sa Sweden, meron tayo sa Germany, meron tayo sa, I believe, Russia. I've seen viewers in Russia here. UK, marami po. Hello po sa ating mga viewers sa London. Hello.
Baka
Sino?
pinagtawanan ako ng mga taga-Russia sa Siberia. Yung comment
Oo.
ng Siberia.
Yeah, oo nga, ano. Yeah, lamig-lamig doon. I always think about Siberia like yung Siberian Husky. Kasi that gives me the idea, right? Na parang lamig. Kasi kahit yung aso, ang kapal ng
Yes.
balahibo. Okay, andito rin si Nelvin. Si Arlene is here. We enjoyed reading. Oh, we enjoyed reading. Oh, we're gonna get to that.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. So abangan po, may special portion tayo about that. Sabi ni Maria Elizabeth, Tagalog, English, Bantayonon, Ilonggo, Cebuano, and Waray. It's not about kung ilan alam mo sa language, it's still about kung paano ka Yeah, so
True, true.
true, di ba? Yan nga yung sinabi ni Miss Dan kanina, right? Like, it's a way of connecting din. So, enjoying po, sabi ni Jessa. Good evening din. Maria Sheila is here watching from YouTube. Salamat po sa mga nag-tune in. So, we are broadcasting in 3 platforms right now. We are in YouTube. Salamat po na marami sa nanonood doon. Nagbo-broadcast din tayo sa Global TV. So, sa mga friends natin dyan, special shout out, Sir Norwin. Hello po, ang akin pong contact sa Global TV. This is being broadcasted there. And then also sa Filipino Success Movement channel. So, okay. So, then, ang ating talk for tonight, I was so excited nung sinabi mo sa akin yung title kasi it's so timely. So, yung title po ng ating talk is Reroutes. So, yun nga po, yung pag-iibang daan. So, it's so timely kasi alam ko, ngayong pandemic na ito, napakaraming mga tao, right? Like that kind of had to have a change in career, or even direction. And we'll be talking more a bit specifically about the pandemic later. But just about your kasi napaka makulay ng buhay mo ng iyong ng pinagdaanan mo. So
Okay.
you graduated from UP then. Tell us a
Yes.
little bit about yung naging trajectory ng career mo para yung ating mga young viewers who are just, in college and, they have this creative side. They can pick up some ideas from a journey like yours na, from academia to professional fields and then suddenly going to another field. So tell us a little bit about this.
Okay. I guess siguro I'm not too sure if my trajectory of the career path would be a good example for young people because I was constantly testing waters. So yun yung ginawa ko for the past years. But I knew from the very beginning what I wanted to do. I wanted to be involved sa performing arts, theater. So I took up speech communication, tas yung minor ko theater arts in UP. And then I tried to pursue that after graduation. However, it wasn't very lucrative. So the path of an artist, performing artist at that time and emerging ka pa, financially it was really unstable. So at some point I made a decision that I have to give it up. And I said, no, I can't do this because I have to support myself. Kasi nag-promise ako sa tatay ko na after I graduate, I won't ask for financial help anymore because ginawa na nila yung dapat nilang gawin. Pinag-aral na ako, so I'm really grateful for that. So after niyan, sabi ko, no, I'm gonna support myself. Kaya I needed to get a job where I can pay my rent, I can pay for whatever I need without bothering my parents. So yun yung nangyari. So I had to give up theater for quite a long time. But I stayed on with dancing. I was doing part-time work connected to dancing, teaching dance, and getting involved in any dance projects. But it was part-time. So I couldn't do it full-time because I wasn't earning that much in that sector, in that arena. And then many, many years later, I got into different fields. And then and if we fast forward to when I actually made that shift back to dancing, was back in 2017. And I was based in Thailand at that time. And then, so at that time, I was teaching in Thailand. And then I was given that opportunity. And just to let you know, this opportunity, because yun yung Erasmus Mundus, you have to apply for the scholarship because the program itself, if you actually pay for everything, it's very expensive. Hindi ko kaya. It's very expensive. So I tried applying before, actually back in 2014, to that same program, and I was waitlisted. I wasn't given a scholarship in 2014. So they asked me na willing ba akong pumasok sa program na pero I have to pay for my schooling for that 2-year master's. And I said na I couldn't do that because I couldn't afford it. So but then they did say na kung waitlist ka, parang ranking din yan eh. So if someone backs out from those who were given scholarship, then those who are in the wait list can cover, sila yung pupuno. Kaso sino bang magi-give up ng scholarship, right? So everyone continued sa kanilang scholarship. So I never got in on that time. So I was really very thankful in 2017 when I was finally given a chance for the full scholarship this time. So I was so happy and I said, okay. And at that time, I remembered I was going through a very difficult time emotionally. It was a very difficult time for me. This is connected to it's connected to relationships, relationship issues, and it was very tough. Okay, I'm gonna say it. I think it's about time I have to say it out loud for people to know because people wonder about it. I was involved in an abusive relationship. So it was a very difficult time for me. And at that time, when I finally got out of that relationship, my self-esteem was really low. Yung, ano ba yan? Kakasimula pa lang, diba? Pero anyway, my self-esteem was really low and I was settled on the fact that, okay, I'm going to start this life again here in Thailand and let's see how I'm going to move from here. And I was decided on that. And then all of a sudden, I received this letter of an offer for a scholarship. So I was really very thankful because at that time when my self-esteem was really low, nawala yung bilib mo sa sarili mo. Yun yung nangyari nung time na yun. I felt like I didn't deserve anything. I felt like I was defeated. I lost that determination to go after goals, yung mga wants mo, wala kang gana. So you're just floating around. Yun yung feeling ko at that time. And then this came along and I was really very thankful. So it was almost like, alam mo yung feeling ko nung time na yun na God can see you. God, well, he looks at you every day. I have this conversation with him every day. But then during that time, it was really a perfect time to actually be given that opportunity. Kasi kinukumpara ko rin, if I got it back in 2014, would I have taken care of the opportunity the same way that I did when I got it in 2017? So yung mga ganyang ano. So wow. Yes, so the shift from teaching to dance anthropology, and I was so happy because it was something that I really wanted. So I wanted something connected with dance. I wanted something connected with research. I wanted something connected to our culture. And so it was, and then it was financially provisioned. So everything was covered. So I was really happy.
Oh, wow. Such a powerful. So yung mga kakajumpoan lang po, yung mga nakamiss, oh my goodness, make sure to watch that bit of yung experience ni Dan, with how she like got into that scholarship, yung kanyang start ng journey niya, yung determination niya. So napakarami niyang in-impart na pearls. And then if you don't mind, I just want to take a moment dito kasi I think very, very critical yung mga na-share mo sa amin na nuggets doon. Number one, yung determination mo to keep your promise to your parents. That's so laudable. Napakarami kasi ngayon sa society natin, they're used to, like, di ba nandito tayo sa part ng yung parang era of entitlement. Sabihin na natin, ang mga bata parang like ang magulang ang magpo-provide lagi all the way till the end, right? Minsan may mga anak na, may mga asawa na, magulang pa rin. And so that's a very commendable trait na naisip mo na, my parents did those things for me already, and it's time for me to like go out there and also, fend for myself, diba? So that's very important. Napaka nun, like I would say honestly, no, I'm one of those entitled kasi, my journey also then was, I wasn't always this way, sabihin na natin. Isa ako dun sa mga bata na sobrang spoiled. I grew up like very spoiled. And so, kahit tapos na ako mag-aral, I always thought na, oh, you have to support me still. And so, I really commend yung insight mo na yun at such a young age, right? Na ano mo na, parang teka muna, like, I do have to do this on my own na. So, that's number one. Ikalawa, yung kahit na talagang, tagus yun sa akin, yung parang, when you said that you were in that abusive relationship, kasi, so guys, very, very important, okay? So, sino man sa inyo ang mga nagdadaan sa mga abusive relationships sa ngayon, maaring pang kasalukuyan, maaring nakaraan na po, yung story ni Dan is a testament of hope. It's telling you na kahit nandoon ka sa ganung klase ng sitwasyon na yon, and syempre, maapektuhan yung self-esteem mo, di ba? Kasi you'll think na, am I even worth it? Kasi pag inaabuso ka kasi, ang nangyayari dyan, di ba? Then, you feel like, you start believing na dapat kang abusuhin.
Yes.
Hindi ba? Yeah. And so a lot of people really like lose faith in themselves. And so I love the way that you kept pursuing your goals, nag-apply ka sa scholarship, kahit na, pinagdadaanan mo yun. And even though ang hirap siguro nun, no? Ang hirap nung time na yun. Na
it was a struggle. It was not easy to get out of the relationship. Although you could see all the red flags na, no, in your face. But then emotionally, your decisions are affected by the emotions that you're going through. And so sometimes clouded yung mga decisions mo, and you get scared. You get scared to get out of that box. And I am just so happy to actually have friends and family who supported me during that time and who had my back and gave me that lift that I badly needed.
So powerful. So yun po, support systems. So guys, even if wala kayong support system na malapit sa inyo, like family, kasi minsan abuse runs in families too then, di ba? So sometimes the people you trust the most, you cannot really reach out to them for help, but there are other ways and means. There's like your community, so pwedeng church, pwedeng mga friends, there will be like a group of friends. When you're seeking support like that, be sure that the kind of support you're getting is what we call like efficient or productive. Hindi yung, mag-reach out ka sa friends mo tapos lahat kayo magda-drugs, right? I mean, it is a way of coping, and I'm not condemning people who do that, but it's just a maladaptive way. Ibig sabihin, it's a way to kind of forget, di ba? Yung alcohol, yung drugs, it's a way to forget the pain. So when you're seeking support, make sure that you're seeking support, sorry namamalat, you're seeking support in a productive way. Mga taong magle-lift up sa'yo, di ba? Yung hahatakin ka pataas. Like what Dan said, she sought the support of her family. They lifted her up, di ba po? And so you start believing in yourself again. Yeah, so sa mga ano po, walang support system dyan sa ngayon, our community is available to you. Join po kayo sa amin. You know, it's a very supportive community actually, yung group natin dito. So thank you so much for that, Dan. Thank you for being vulnerable enough to share that. I can, you know, certainly relate. I've been in an abusive relationship myself, and I can say that it's really, really hard to get out of it. And you start believing that you're really not worth much. Yeah. So I still remember that feeling. Na alalang-alala ko po yung pakiramdam na I'm not worth much. And ang mahirap umalis sa ganong pakiramdam. So kudos sa lahat ng brave enough to step out of that and to start believing in themselves again. And yeah, thank you for that sharing. Yeah. So now then, moving on. Yung maano naman tayo para kasi medyo heavy duty yung
Yun nga,
part, right?
bumaba yun.
Yeah. So ngayon naman, pag-usapan naman natin yung tungkol sa, kasi ayan na, yun yan, sabi ko, lagi kong sinasabi kanina, I said something about being a frustrated artist. So, kasi I've always had this parang almost like, like I really look up to artists kasi they embody yung parang binigay sa atin na unique capacity ni God, right? So, if you think about animals, di ba, animals have instincts. Di ba, lahat tayo, we're part of the animal species, right? We are, merong mga primates, yung mga monkeys, merong mga lower kinds of animals, and then yung species natin. So, what sets us apart from animals is actually one major thing, and that is creativity. So, creativity, the ability to create, yung dahil sa atin, nagkaroon ng mga tulay, eroplano, you know, and sometimes it's sad kasi yung mga creation natin can also lead to, you know, destruction and all that. But nonetheless, mas marami pa rin namang mga creation natin that made life better for us and, you know, our future generations as well, yung mga nakaraang generation. And so, this is why I'm so like fascinated by artists kasi sila yung merong, you know, from their mind, they can create all these things. So, tell me a little bit about, kasi ikaw, being an artist, and hindi ka lang writer, so, you know, you wrote your book, you are a dancer, na hindi ko rin, isa pa sa mga bagay na wala akong katalent-talent dyan. And then you're also a painter, so you do painting, right then? Yung mga ganon.
Yeah,
so,
yes, I agree.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about yung mga passion projects mo, you know, related to arts and culture, how you applied yung sa dance anthropology. Tell us a little bit about this part of your life.
With the painting, I paint before. I paint, I sketch, I draw for fun. Parang hobby siya. And then later, when I was pursuing na dance anthropology, I thought that, okay, I really want to take dance on a different stage baga. Hindi lang siya. Kasi what people think immediately, pag tinanong ka, oh, dance, pag na-mention yung word na dance, immediately yung go-to information sa kanila is someone, okay, you're dancing, physically moving on stage, for entertainment, for show. So ganyan ka sort of limited yung perception ng mga tao. So I wanted to take dance in a different arena. So that's where the visual arts came in. So I started painting kasi I'm more on educating about the conservation of our ICH, intangible cultural heritage. So I wanted to paint dancers or dancing in Philippine dancing, yung mga ganyan pa. And then I started with that because originally there was supposed to be a little exhibition about the Mindanao dancers, but then COVID happened, and so a lot of projects na cancel yung mga. So, but I continued later on sa pagpipinta. But this time I did the commission work Kasi when COVID happened, ang dami kong, like, I really, a lot of things were put on hold. Hindi ako makapag-field, hindi ako makapag-perform on stage, I couldn't attend events. So during quarantine, I was just at home. And unlike other types of work, arts and culture was really affected by the lockdown. So ang dami-daming sources of income sa sector ng arts and culture na talagang wala, no income at all. So for me, I was not contented with just sitting around and waiting for all this to ease up kasi mukhang matagal pa bago mag-ease up. So, and I'm the type of person who was always working. So lagi ako I've been working since I was young, actually, since I was in high school, because life was tough growing up. So sanay ako nagtatrabaho. So I didn't like the idea na wala akong ginagawa. So I had to find other means on how I can actually earn money. So I did commission. That's when the commission work started. So when people wanted, hey, Dan, can you paint something like this for me? Ito yung theme, ganito. And then, luckily, and of course, I'm happy that they're happy with my work. And so my income na pumapasok, designs. And then also there's the other hassles kasi hustle na ginagawa, like the translation work, the research work that can be done at home. So, ang ginagawa ko ngayon, I diversify my income para hindi totally zero. Kasi it's important that for me then, I'm also contributing sa household. I don't like the idea na wala akong binibigay. And my husband knows this, na importante sa akin yung feeling na kailangan nakakatulong ako sa household na to. Kasi sanay nga ako na I'm working, that I have something to give and share. I guess it's the kind of mentality I grew up in, kaya ganyan ako mag-isip.
Wow, fascinating. So marami na namang marami na namang pearls po na pinakawalan si Miss Den. So first of all, Den, sorry ha, kailangan kong anuhin kasi I really like I'm listing down. I always like write. So every time I guest ako, I always like write my learnings kasi that's as I say nga, it's experience is a good teacher, pero if you can learn from others' experiences, even better, di ba? Kasi shortcut mo, and many times, napakarami mo matututunan just by listening to another person's story. And so yung sa'yo, I love what you said na, hindi pwedeng isa lang or, like uupo ka na lang na matatapos na lang yung pandemic, right? Kasi di mo alam kailan matatapos yan.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
I love the way na naghanap ka, nag-branch out ka, naghanap ka ng mga different ways of earning income. And although nga, nung una po, sinabi ni Den na, nung nag-start pa lang siya sa performing arts, it was financially challenging. But nonetheless, if you put your mind to it and you utilize your, like some creativity, you can also find other means, right? Like to earn an income by being an artist.
Yes.
And so, yung mga po aspiring artists natin dyan na sinasabihan ng family nila, wag ka mag-arts, wag, kasi walang pera dyan. That's not true.
Madaming struggling artists daw. And
marami daw
yes,
struggling
that's
artists.
And I think all artists struggle all the time.
Yeah, at some point. But then there's also, when you hit that, what I would call maybe breakthrough or, there's a way actually to be very, to make art, like, hindi naman kasi I know my sister's an artist too, and she's always saying, no, I don't make art for money. But she was able to marry yung creative process with being also like lucrative, but not in the way na I'm just gonna make art for money. No, but really like kasi art is a medium of communication, di ba? It's it's an embodiment of an idea, and so what you're really giving the other person is kind of like an idea encapsulated or captured, diba? It could be in the form of, like, say, painting or a video, but it gives value to that other person. So I think, the more that you give value to the other person, like in the form of a book or a painting, for example, and the person like really it enriches them in some way, then you will get rewarded for that. So sa mga ano po natin ng mga artists dyan, it's not just like, you create a piece of art and that's it. Give value. And I think doon magaling si Dan eh. If you've seen her work, like I've seen, sabi ko nga sa kanya, Dan, magpapakommission ako sa'yo kasi I love, love, love the artwork she did about, she had a painting about, naka-Filipina na po yung mga tao doon. It's a big painting. I think pinakommission yun sa'yo, ano? Yeah.
No. That one is mine.
Oh, yeah?
Kasi I wanted,
yeah.
no, kasi I wanted something, kasi we were planning to move to a different, to our house. So, I wanted something sa bahay na very Filipino that would remind me of the Philippines. And ang ginawa ko dun sa painting na yun, nag-incorporate ako ng mga iba't ibang elements coming from Filipino artists ng mga work. So, yung mga, anything that would remind me so much about home, nilagay ko doon so that every time I see, ilalagay namin yun sa dining area. And then I'm thinking na every time you go there, you would see that. And then, you have this feeling of home every time you see it. So that's why I created that painting and for our house, actually.
Yeah, so see right there, like even that, di ba? Like when you create a piece of art like that, it gives you value in the way that yung katulad sa'yo, you're creating that piece of art because it reminds you of home. So that's very valuable, right? It ties you into your culture. So, would you have some samples then? Patingin naman, baka meron ka dyang painting pwede nating ipakita sa kanila. Would you have any work, like even in progress, like something na...
maybe yung pinakabago, wala na yung iba eh.
Okay, sure.
Wala dito. Yung pinakabago, but then it's a little... Pero, okay.
Hindi pa tapos. Sorry ha, impromptu na ilagay ko siya. So, guys, marami siyang mga sinabi sa atin and I'm gonna pull up some comments. Oh, si Sir Norwin is here. Sir Norwin, hello. From Global TV. Special shout out po. Oh, nice. Wow, so this is again like dance,
wait,
right?
Let me put on the sticky pa siya kasi yung oil.
Okay.
So
it's a work in progress, no?
It's actually done, but it's still not dry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So ito yung pinakabago na ginawa ko for so I wanted to do a reflection of 2020 actually for this. So sabi ko I wanna paint 2020. And ito yung lumabas.
Oh, yes.
In the beginning, I thought, sandali lang, nakakatakot na yung mga pinipinta ko.
Okay.
Kasi I usually use lots of colors eh.
Yeah.
And then bold strokes, mga ganyan. Pero this time, very minimal yung color usage ko for this particular painting kasi it's a reflection. And I entitled it Still.
Oh, nice. Wow. Kaya yan ang ano ko sa mga artist eh. Meron lang idea tapos I wish I could paint. Then baka pwede mo akong turuan mag-paint.
Okay.
No, I know it's something that really comes from I have an artist friend. Sabi nila anyone can paint but anyone can cook. Yun, but I beg to disagree. I don't think yeah, ano yan eh, it's a talent yung art. So anyhow, yeah, you were saying
I'm just saying it's a skill. I like to believe it's a skill that you can learn kasi you can learn the lines, you can learn yung mga contours, yung mga ganyan. But
talaga?
I guess, yeah, you could. Because ako, tinuruan ko sarili ko. I mean, I thought, I didn't go to school learning how to paint, but I sort of taught myself and then somehow sa akin kasi I'm looking at my painting, sorry. I'm more on following kung ano yung nararamdaman ko. So sometimes, when you look at my Instagram, makikita mo some of them are dark, mga reflections ng emotions, yung mga ganyan, na ano yung nararamdaman ko at that time. So this one was really what I truly felt like in 2020 na as a dancer, you're moving but you're stuck, and that's why the colors are also dark, black, and grays. And those are not the usual colors I use sa mga works ko kasi I like vibrant colors. Gusto ko ng maraming kulay yung painting.
Yeah, that's what drew me to your art actually. Yung ano na yun, kasi as I was telling you earlier, nag-uusap tayo, like I love those bold colors as well. And sabi ko, wow, the way that she, like you mashed up the colors, pero it comes out still very, hindi yung ano hindi yung parang abstract, kundi, yeah. So guys, if you haven't had a chance, please check out her Instagram. So then, ano nga ba yung handle mo doon sa Instagram? I know we posted it doon sa Facebook, but how can they search for you sa Instagram?
It's Dan Ramonal Art.
Dan Ramonal Art. So guys, go ahead and do. I'm gonna grab my cell phone. Give me a moment, then. Then talk to them for a while. I'm gonna grab my cell phone because I want to pull up some of your artwork.
Okay. So, what should we talk about? Paano mo makita yung mga comments ng mga tao dito? I see. Hi! Hi, Norwin. So, I'm currently subbing for Dr. Iris as host.
Oh,
I'm trying to be conversational, but I can't see the comments, so I couldn't
yeah.
respond
Okay,
other
let's
than...
pull up some comments then. Let's have a look. Ang dami-dami na actually comments. So I'm gonna pull up some comments. Sabi ni Peng, anything po. Yes, I love to see it. Sabi ni Tala, what does that mean? Tala, whip, whip, whip. Si Tala is one of our... Yeah, anong ibig sabihin nun, Tala? Put it in the comment. Yeah, so sabi naman ni Rosalie, yes po, nung makita ko po yung painting na yun, ako po ay namangha. Share ko po iyon ang aking masilayan kanina. Sabi ni Rosalie daw, I'm not good in painting but I love it so much. Parehas tayo, Veronica. Ano? Sabi ni Miss Den, so meron tayong pag-asa. Sabi niya, it's a skill. So kasi ako, I've always believed it's a talent. Bumili nga ako din ng mga blank na mga, and then some painting materials. They're still sitting here sa aking office. And yeah, kasi try ko minsan, and like I have an idea, but kasi yung aking skill then is more like digital. So like not really digital art, but I guess it's more like I would say like maybe videos. Siguro yun yung aking creative
okay.
But yeah, so really, but that's one of the things that I would like to be able to explore. And so yeah, I think some of our mga viewers here share the same sentiment. Gusto nila yung mga painting. Ang galing daw, sabi ni Annie Oakley. Sabi ni Veronica ulit, namamangha po ako. Si Ronaldin, yes, I saw that. Si Ronaldin yung isa pa nating VA dito sa FSM. She's, I think she looked at all your Insta. So I'm just looking now. So ito po yung Insta ni Ben. Look at this, guys. Okay, so ito yung pinakita niya sa atin kanina. And this is the one, i-share ko sa inyo aking pinaka-favorite of all. I mean, all her works are really good. Ito yun. Ito yung isa doon. Ito yung isa doon. I bet this one was commissioned. Ano din? Someone commissioned you to make it?
Yeah. Oh, that one is in New York.
Yeah. So someone from New York commissioned you. Yeah. And then, marami siya dito
Ang title niyan, Mag-uuma.
Yeah, similar. Ganyan din sa amin ng sa Bicol. Mag-uuma. Look at this, guys. Look at her like works of art. Oh my goodness. Yung colors. And ito pa, you also do ito. Wow, vibrant colors. Look at that.
So this one is supposed to be included in the an exhibition sa Austria. Pero ngayon, ano siya, on hold ang event kasi because of COVID. So it was it's an exhibition, and that one is titled sa Dublin. It's about the scarf dancers ng Singkil.
Oh my, look at that. Mga ka-FSM, imagine, Philippines represented by Miss Daniel Ramonal. Imagine, so Austria, sa mga hindi po nakakalam, hindi po siya parehas ng Australia. Austria is also in Europe, okay? Parang kanina, Serbia, Siberia. So,
Siberia, yeah.
Austria po ay nasa Europe. So, my dance work is slated to be exhibited sa Austria. How
hopefully
how amazing, right?
Through. Yeah. Ngayon kasi on hold siya eh. Kaya nga nakakalungkot paminsan pag yung all the lost opportunities. But then you have every chance then to create new opportunities. Yun eh. You have to find a way. And which is something that I'm I like doing.
So,
Sabi nila, Den, rumaraket ka na naman. Ano yung ginagawa mo?
nag-take note po ba kayo? Sabi niya, you have the opportunity. Ito, nagsusulat ako. You have the ability to create your own opportunities.
Yeah, and
Tapos,
new
lagay
opportunities in
new
replace.
opportunities. Yes, and sabi niya doon, and in brackets, isulat niyo po, racket. Rumaraket na naman. We love racket. We love racket. So ito po yung sinasabi kong painting na sobra talaga sa aking nakaano. If you look at it. So ito ba yung ilalagay mo din sa iyong ano,
Yes,
sa
yes.
dining room? So tingnan
Yes,
niyo
it's
po
actually,
yung,
yeah.
yeah.
It's inspired by a lot of several Filipino artists' works. So, hindi ko naman ma-afford yung mga trabaho nila isa-isa. So, ang ginawa ko, I tried to get the best, yung mga best na mga parts
Element.
ng elements ng kanilang works, and then just mushed it all in there, and then I got my own representation of the work. So, andyan,
It's so,
sungka, walis
yeah.
tambo. So, it's all there.
Tingnan niyo guys, it's such a great representation ng culture natin, but done in a very like refreshing, kasi ano siya eh, at the same time it's may elements siya ng luma pero meron ding bago. And so yung fusion na yun, to be able to create that kind of fusion, that I think, you know, I think hindi yun skill lang din. I think that really requires talent, I think.
Yes, skill and
So,
talent. And
skill and
but
talent.
then it's very possible to learn, the basics of sketching, drawing, yung mga figures, ganyan. It's possible. It's very possible.
Alam mo, total sinasabi mong possible, then maybe in the future sa mga ano po natin, kasi then, you know, I would be interested, right? Like, kasi, yun nga, frustrated artist nga ako eh. So, maybe in the future, you can do some offering about this, you know, how to, you know, just,
Okay. Wait. I may not be the right or the most qualified person to actually teach that, but I can teach something else maybe. Not I'm not too certain na I'd be the best person to actually teach, because I know a lot of mga kaibigan ko, mga friends, artists who are really, really amazingly good. And yung mga level na yun ang dapat nagtuturo. Hindi yung mga level na tulad nung sa akin. But I can
oh
teach something else,
no,
maybe in the dance arena or something, writing. That I'm
yeah.
more comfortable in, teaching.
So abang-abang lang po kasi, you know, as Dan like expands her work, yun nga, I know that there are some people who may be interested, 'di ba, sa mga ganito about creating art, writing, which is pag-uusapan natin next kasi yun nga, it's so exciting yung bagong book po ni Dan na some of you may have had a chance to download already. I certainly did. And I read through it, and it's so like napapanahon. I would say like it's almost like divine providence kasi yung sinasabi dun sa book niya, and I won't spoil it for those who haven't read it yet, is exactly the embodiment of what our platform is trying to do. And yun nga is yung ano, just to encapsulate it, then it is really to help people like tune into what's in there, right? So kung hindi pa po
Mhm.
nababasa, then basahin po. Can you share a little bit about yung journey mo of creating that book? Yeah.
It took me 9 years. So to actually complete and make it happen. Harriet Patton her hat. I had that idea back then when I was still teaching. And then at that time I was teaching kindergarten, and I thought we had this reading sessions. And then every time we had reading sessions and I use a book, lagi akong may parang sana ganito, sana mas malaki yung book, sana mas colorful, sana mas ganitong font yung gamit. Yung lahat ng sana in-apply ko in making this. But it took a long time kasi I had a lot of excuses. Yung mga excuses ko, I have no time to do that right now. I can't illustrate this. I can't, I can't finish the story. And dami-daming excuses. But it all boils down to fear. Takot lang ako. Takot ako sa possible outcome, or takot ako sa failure. So I said, and then finally 2020 happened, and I said, okay, this has been there for a long time, and I have to do something about it. Just get it out there then. And yun yung sabi ko sa sarili ko. So my expectations for the book was pretty low, actually. I always talk to, let's say, my distributor and my family. I would say na, oh, sana makakabenta akong 10 libro. 10 books, that's all I aimed for. Because as an emerging and a new author for children's books, I know na it's very difficult to tap the market and hindi immediately, alam mo yun, no one knows you, no one knows what you can present, what you're about to show to people. So akin lang is I want it out. I want it printed and published, and then maybe people can start seeing my work. And that itself is already an accomplishment for me. So it was really a huge surprise na from 10, uy, parang dumadami. And it reached many people in different parts of the world, which is what I didn't expect. Kasi nga, di ba, yung bang, yes, you had low expectations, but still you hoped. Kasi here's the thing, you have to know the fine line between expecting and hoping. So, ang sa akin when I started the picture book project was, my expectations were not high, but I did hope for good things to happen. So I was being positive about that. And I'm very glad that the reception was really good also. And that's why I ran the promo period as a way of thanking everyone for this support, because I didn't expect it. Pero pasalamat, maraming salamat for supporting the book and for enjoying reading the book. Because what I wanted for the book was not just for kids, but also for adults na they could relate. Because kasi ang bata, hindi naman laging siya lang nagbabasa, di ba? So you have your moms, your titas, your teachers na nagbabasa one-on-one, reading aloud, yung mga ganyan. So I wanted that person also to be able to relate with the book and not just the kids. So I'm glad na maganda yung reception, yung mga reviews, feedback from people, because I like it, when you get insights, and I always ask, oh, what do you think? You can tell me anything. It can be a bad review, a good review, yung ganon. Just be honest. Kasi it's also a way for me to learn and improve my craft. So, and it's been very helpful. And what's amazing about getting insight was yung similarities ba ng insights ng mga tao. Kunwari, there's this little girl from France. Her name is Sophia. She's 8. She read the book. Ang insight niya is, teaching a man how to fish. Kunwari, yan. Sinabi niya yan. And then when a friend of mine who is in his 40s na, going 40s, yun din yung same insight niya. But this time, he quoted from the Bible, Matthews. So it's about teaching the man how to fish. So it's amazing how yung age gap ba, diba, from 8 to 40, and still they have the same insight for the message in the book. Kasi the book does not only just relay one particular message. It touches other messages also. It's not just about being a hero, but also self-care. It also talks about sustainability, about developing your skills, and diversity is there. And that's something that I think is important that young people should be introduced to, because I believe that children are more perceptive than what we give them credit for. So that's why when I said, okay, I'm going to write a book, I want to talk about serious themes, like big themes that some authors may not like to touch base on, because they're too serious, or maybe it's not for kids, the level of understanding. But then if you change it in such a way that it's done through the lens of a child, then maybe it will become more relatable. So yun. So that's how it was, and I've gotten the support from a lot of people. So thank you so much.
Then, nakikita ko dito sa comment, look at all these things. Sabi ni Ronalyn, I am so inspired, Miss Dan. I watched your IG posts and vid regarding the book. I also want to publish my own book someday. So, Yeah, simply from your the your journey, sharing with them yung books, right? It's
Yes.
I think yung sinabi mo kanina about you've been putting it off because mainly of fear, takot, 'di
Yeah.
ba? Takot
It
kasi
boils
lagi.
down to that. Yeah.
Yes, lagi nating iniisip, ano bang ano, paano 'pag hindi, paano 'pag ganyan. And I love what
Yeah.
you said about, the expectation was low, but there was that hope. There was that
Mhm.
hope because you know that your message is like important, right? And
Mhm.
I think some books like this really should even be part of like yung reading ng mga bata, in school. Kasi yun nga big topics, big themes that can be talked about in a relatable way. Kasi
Yeah.
'di ba minsan hindi naman sa atin tinuturo sa school, right? Sa school parang laging, pinakamataas na grade, ganyan, ganito. But no one ever teaches us that, you can be your own hero, right? And
Mhm.
then the thing about sustainability, you can't be everything for everyone, but you
Mhm.
can help someone by, showing them how it's done, and then they
Yes.
can do it for themselves, right?
Yes. And then they did discover what they can do. Yeah.
Exactly. And so I think it's so amazing the way that you encapsulated those big topics. It reminds me of one of my favorite, one of the people I've always looked up to. You may not have heard of him. Hindi naman siya ganun ka-popular. Hindi siya mainstream for some people. But I know other people know of him. Si Mr. Rogers. So Fred Rogers. He was a television personality sa US. And ang ginawa niya was to create this kind of TV show kung
Mhm.
saan hindi lang yung parang mga slapstick, yung mga usual na walang kwenta, kundi talking about big topics
Mhm.
in a way na maiintindihan ng kids. So guys, if you have the time after this talk, look up Mr. Fred Rogers and tingnan niyo nasa YouTube siya kung ano yung mga ginagawa niya before. Like he would talk about, for example, may mga episode about divorce, like paano pag
Mhm.
nag-divorce ang parents mo. There was an episode
True.
about anger, episode about fear. What do you
Mhm.
do when you feel those things as a child? Right? Kasi hindi
Mhm.
yan tinuturo sa school eh. Sa school, tuturo, ito ang 1 plus 1 equals 2. Right? But hindi itinuturo, kapag ka ba may nang insulto sa'yo, paano mo yun haharapin? Right? So these are
Mhm.
soft skills, like life skills. And so I love the way that you're able to talk about that. You found the medium. And I know na ano lang to, first lang to sa mga works mo. There will be more to come.
Yes.
So I
I'm
would
actually
really,
working on the second one now. And this is the funny thing kasi sabi nung friends ko. So what's the next theme? Sabi niya, I want to talk about depression. I want to talk
oh,
about fighting depression. And
love
then
that.
I think I posted the character because this time kasi si Harriet Pat kasi I did a draft illustration and I worked with an illustrator for the polishing. So he did the polishing and he did a great work kay Harriet Pat. But this time I wanted to experiment. Sorry, I'm opening my this time I'm working on a new character kasi and I wanted to do it myself. So, eto yon. And I'm doing it digitally this time. Kasi usually ako, ang ginagawa ko, I use pen and paper para, so ito, si Koy. I think I posted Koy.
Ito
His
nga
name
sabi
is
nila,
Koy.
nasabi nga nila, then nakita daw nila, sabi ni Ronaldin, yes, I saw that. Sabi ni Tala, no need na mag-hire ng illustrator, Miss Dan.
Oh,
So,
ito.
di ba?
So, ito yung bagong character niya. Okay, so,
Yes. Yeah, it's really nice. I saw that too and sabi ko, wow, yeah, mukhang exciting itong next ni Den. So, abangan po sa mga nag-enjoy po ng hair. So, yung mga iba po na hindi kasi may mga nagtanong dito. Let me just pull up the comments. May iba nagtatanong they don't know about yung itong pinag-uusapan natin ngayon. So, yung mga hindi pa po at ngayon lang nag-tune in, we're talking about Harriet Pat and Her Hat, yung unang book po ni Miss Dan. It's available
mhm.
sa Amazon. It's available worldwide, kaya pwede po ninyong i-order.
For those
Uh,
na nasa Pinas, they can buy it in Central Books
yeah.
because
Oh, nice.
yeah, in Central Books or Shopee or
Shopee.
Lazada.
Oh,
Yeah,
very nice. So,
so
Shopee
it's
and
there.
Lazada po sa mga nasa Philippines, nasa
Yeah,
Shopee and Lazada. Ay, andito pala, sandali lang din ha. I'm just gonna greet yung Team Healthy member natin, si Madam Josie. No, Josie, it's in English. And I'm
in
pretty
English.
sure Joseph will love it. Yeah. So, in fact, hayaan mo ako na bibilin ko for Joseph. I'll get it for him. So,
Ah,
yeah, kasi
and
it's
there's
a,
gonna be, I'm working on translation for that, by the way. So
oh,
I
nice.
want this one translated first in Cebuano, in Bisaya. So because
Yeah.
there's not a lot of rhyming books in Bisaya. So I said I want to translate Harriet Pat into Bisaya. So there's a Bisaya version of Harriet
Yeah.
Pat.
Why not, 'di ba? Kasi are you Bisaya then? You come
Yes,
from,
Bisaya.
yes. Yeah. So, yung mga Bisaya po natin. So, si Miss Den ay working on the translation na po. So, yeah. Sabi ni Tala then, isa sa mga VAs din natin, yung mga virtual assistants, I write poems po, wrote scripts nung nag-aaral, but I don't think Carrie ko mag-publish. Never say never, Tala.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Miss Den will be coming up with, hopefully, di ba, Den? Baka she's gonna cook up something about the writing process. So stay tuned.
Yeah, I get, yeah.
Yeah, so basahin pa natin muna then. Sorry ha, hindi ko na mabasa lahat. Ang dami kasi nakaka-inspired po talaga. We need to develop our talents. So true, di ba, Judith? Yeah, we have to. And then si Arlene, sabi niya, nakakatuwa nga po yung anak ko habang binabasa niya. Sabi niya, Mommy, pagod na si Harriet Hat. Oh,
Oh, ito yung
yeah.
reaction ng mga kids. I really love hearing mga feedback ng mga bata.
Yeah, for sure. So, ganito po, mga ka-FSM, if you can please maybe like send us some, just as a token of our thank you dahil binigyan tayo ni Miss Dan ng opportunity. Kung na-miss nyo po yung pag-download for free, no worries. Pero doon po sa mga nakapag-download for free, as a token natin for her, can you please like maybe send her something na, of your kid, or of your child, maybe a picture, maybe a video na, they're looking at the
Yeah,
book or enjoying it, their insights about the book. That will be amazing po. If you can do
yeah.
that, please send it either directly to her doon sa book then, or you can send to us as well and we'll forward to her. Kasi I think that, we need to also thank Miss Dan for her generosity. It's kung ngayon po kasi ano na siya balik na siya doon sa dating price niya sa Kindle. So kung sa Philippines po, it's gonna cost around maybe 200 or so pesos din. Ano din, yung
Yeah.
Kindle, ano niya.
Kindle, yeah, Kindle download, yeah.
Yes, and you got it for free. So, token of appreciation po, send those testimonials over or some videos or photos po ng mga anak ninyo, enjoying the book. Okay, para po ano din, so that, we can spread the word. Kasi nga, we need to support our fellow Filipinos who are contributing to our society in positive ways. Hindi po ba? So, yeah. So yun po, and sabi ni Miss Josie, my son loves reading. Oo, don't worry, Madam Sofing, I'll get that for Joseph. Sige, kasi it's super colorful, super nice, and the message is amazing. Sabi ni Rosalie, thank you po for sharing sa inyo nakaka-inspire na paglalakbay at sa makulay na naging buhay. Kaka-proud po kayo.
Thank you.
Yes, it's good po, children. Oh, Dan, I'm so sorry. I must apologize. Ngayon ko lang napansin, kulang ako ng I dito sa pangalan mo. Kasi I had to redo this, yung Danelle.
Danelle.
Yeah, Danelle, so sorry. Kasi I had to redo dahil mataas kanina eh. So I had to redo another one. Sorry about that. So ang pangalan niya po ay Daniel, okay? Daniel Ceeline Ramonal. Yeah, so Marlene, saya ng live. Sabi ni Marlene, ganda po talaga ng story. Yes, di ba Marlene? Ma-inspire ka, no? Kasi everyone can be a hero, right? Yes. And sino pa ang mga nag-comment dito? Sorry, Miss Dan, wala pang masyadong feedback si Lil One. She's 3-year-old and delayed ang milestone. Puro turo lang niya sa screen at swipe. Nakangiti lang siya at natutuwa sa illustration. Oh, that's nice. Even that is,
Yeah,
Hala.
that's an accomplishment enough. I mean, you are already introducing something to the child, and then meron ng reaction doon sa nakikita niya, and later on the questions will come along. So it's like building ba? It's a building block.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, so generous daw, Doc, sabi ni Miss Veronica. No, si Miss Den yun. She was so generous to share that with us. I was so happy nung nakita ko. Sabi ko, Den, kailangan natin itong i-share. Kasi, I know that a lot of our viewers have kids. And yun nga, sa mga kahit hindi kids, right?
Yes.
Ano kayo na, there's a hero in you. Sabi ni Joy, I'm also successful e-commerce here in US. I'll try to check that book for my son. Thank you so much, Joy.
Thank you.
Yes, Joy Johnson. Thank you so much. Please do share it with your friends. Maybe give it as a gift. even just like something to like inspire other kids, like mga friends kids, or even like sa family mo, mga pamangkin. It's really a great eye opener for them to start questioning and start thinking about big ideas that we don't talk about often, even sa school,
Yes,
right?
true.
And yeah, so sabi naman ni Peng, it's nice. Sabi ni Edith Raimundo, bilib po ako sa Lazada, na-miss ko po. Bili po ako sa Lazada, na-miss ko po kasi yun free. Yes, Edith, go ahead and get that sa Lazada, sorry. Salamat po sa lahat. Salamat po, very inspired. Miss Crystalline, natutuwa po ang aking bunso pag kinukwento ko ang story po ng Harriet Pat. Hindi lang sila natuto, pati din po ako. Of course, yun nga di ba? From 8 to 40, right? Sabi ni Marlene, nakakabilib po talaga kayo, Miss Danielle. Ingat po lagi dyan and God bless.
Thank you. Actually, kasi si Harriet Pat is inspired by real people. And when I thought about her, of her character, naisip ko, meron akong mga tao in mind. And this is their story. And in fact, when I say, I know a lot of Harriet Pats, kasi nga, madami sila madaming Harriet Pat. I mean, even you or anyone else listening right now might even think na, may kakilala akong Harriet Pat. Or maybe I am isa ako sa mga Harriet Pat. Yung mga ganun. Kasi I dedicated the book for my dad. Kaya yung beginning page, makikita mo for Doc Danny. Kasi he's the biggest Harriet Pat I know. So, kaya it's really it's a story coming from real people, real events I just sort of tweaked it in such a way that children too can relate with the story.
Yes, I was actually gonna ask you about that. Kasi nakita ko yun Doc Danny, sabi ko, is this someone who saved her life or nag-deliver sa kanya or something, right? But so amazing to know it's actually for your dad, like dedicated to your dad. Wow, that's amazing. And I love what you said about, bawat isa sa atin can be, actually, you guys, kayo, mga viewers natin, baka Harriet Pats din kayo, hindi ba? Yung iba sa inyo ay mga nanay, mga apo, mga, di ba, someone who's helping other people. I know si Nelvin, yung isa sa mga viewers natin, he's helping his mga lolo, lola. Sila Ronaldin, they're supporting their families. You're a Harriet Pat for so many people. So you can definitely relate. So guys, very, very, very important po to look at yung mga bagay na hindi the things that we don't normally talk about, and mga topics na malalaki na you don't normally talk about with your children, through the use of books like this one, pwede po nating pag-usapan. So it's a great way to ignite yung kanilang awareness about what they can be, ano yung potential nila, hindi ba? But at the same time also things like sustainability, sabi nga ni Den.
Yes, because you're teaching the person to actually learn to stand on his or her own feet. Instead of just, kasi ang tendency kasi ng ibang tao for us is to help, and then we lose ourselves in the process. So it's so much better to actually teach this person how this person can stand on his or her own feet. That way, you too can take care of yourself.
Exactly. Kaya nga ito yung ginagawa natin dito sa you really nailed it. Yan ang ginagawa natin dito sa FSM, right, guys? We're helping you to level up para pag nag-level up kayo, you know what? Then you can do so many other things. Then you help the other person level up as well. Then that other person helps the other person. So it's a ripple effect. Lahat tayo nagla-level up. Hindi lang, like kami lang ang magla-level up, right? Like you're leveling up as well so that it becomes like a trickle effect all across sa community natin hanggang one day, di ba? Yung bansa natin will all be like, lahat ng tao is like high level na yung pag-iisip, high level na yung kanilang way of living, right? In many aspects, in different aspects, hindi lang naman yan financial, di ba? Kundi sa relationships. Kaya nga, di ba, it's the only way to go, guys, leveling up. Hatak pataas, di ba? So, I think we're just gonna read a few more comments, Miss Den, and we won't hold you for too long kasi alam namin, we went over na. It's been an hour and 10 minutes. Sabi na lang nila, Sheila, ito po yung nakakatuwa makarinig ng story ng isang writer, how you created it po. Miss Crystalline Yehi, isa din po akong Harriet Pat. Yeah, for sure, di ba? That's so true. You're a hero in your own right, and you're capable of making other heroes of other people, Crystalline, for sure. Sabi ni Sheshe, love this book. Sabi ni Nelvin, yes po, help, tama po kayo, Ma'am Den. Thank you so much for sharing a fearless but inspiring story of your life. Yes. Sabi ni Arlene, yan pong long-term po. Sama-sama at sabay-sabay tayo mag-level up. Yes, truly. Yes po, nakarelate din po ako sa story. And sabi ni Janeline, sama-sama po tayo mag-level up. So, and Sheila, finally, you're such a fearless woman. So, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng nag-tune in. Kung nakamiss po dito sa live broadcast, we will be posting this full video sa YouTube, but also we'll be coming up with yung mga parang pearls video. Nitong usap namin ni Miss Den, mga important points. Sa YouTube din po yan and sa Facebook, abangan lang po. Please go ahead and after this, check out yung mga pages po ni Miss Den. So the book Den, and then Instagram, so that's on Facebook. Then yung Instagram niya is Dan Ramonal Art. And then meron po tayong postings, ipopost ulit natin yung kanyang mga iba't ibang links. Yung mga interested po sa research, kasi Dan has been a researcher as well, independent researcher. Ipopost din natin yun doon. And yung LinkedIn profile niya, you had a LinkedIn profile then, ano?
No LinkedIn. Just a profile, like my actual profile.
Yeah, okay. So yung actual profile niya. And yung pong mga ating mga yung mga kapwa iska, yung mga fellow UP alumni, please support, help spread yung word about Dan's work. I would really appreciate it if you did that. Sa mga nanonood po, sa parte man ng mundo kayo. Kasi I posted this sa aming UP alumni page din. So, do you have like a UP alumni association in Europe?
Not that I know of. Baka meron.
Pero ka na. Ikaw na mag-start. Yeah, kasi I know dito sa North America, we're connected. There's a UP alumni. I'll forward it to you so that, we can all support your work as well. So yun lamang po for now. Special announcement nga po pala. Bukas na po ang draw. So kasi then we run some contests here. And bukas na po ang draw. So stay tuned po. Sunday po yan sa Philippines. Dito sa amin is Saturday. So again, yung draw for the December, January winners will be sa Sunday sa Philippines. So yun lang po. And kung may mga questions, get in touch with Miss Dan. In the future, we may bring her on again kasi baka magkaroon tayo ng summit of all our like inspiring leaders. Dan, game ka ba to come back? Game na game, syempre. And we're developing our page. We will put Miss Dan's profile there so you can follow her and, yung kanyang works and, keep updated. So, mabuhay po tayong lahat. Miss Dan, any last words to our viewers before we go?
Siguro I just wanted to, a little note from Harriet Hat, kasi ito yung lagi ko reminder for everyone. Sinabi ko sa dito in the last page, may you never forget to harness your own uniqueness. Remember, everyone is a hero.
Oh, I love that. So everyone, make sure mabasa yung last page na yon because it really is, I think, critical. It's critical in your journey na reaching your best potential is to believe na ikaw ay number 1, unique. Number 2, ikaw ay pwede maging bayani. Right? Like in your own way. Everyone can be a hero. So yun lamang po. Then, thank you so much. I'm gonna end this broadcast.
You're welcome. Thank you also for watching those who are online din. Maraming salamat sa suporta at sa pag-download kay Harriet Pat and her hat. I'm happy you like the story.
Okay, everyone, bye for now. And I'll see you again Sunday po, okay? Sunday ang draw. All right, bye.
Bye.